Well, hello everyone. I trust that you're doing well. I'm Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the coaching community, the Book Business Bosses, where we help you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. And I'm here with my good friend, Ms. Rita Oliver in the Big D in Dallas, in Texas. And of course, you can see that she looks totally different than she did before. She is retired and living her best life. Yay! Miss Rita Oliver, the money strategist, and I'm quite sure Coach Dana Spencer will be on a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and get the party started and get it going. And so I want Rita, go ahead and take yourself off mute and introduce yourself and tell us where people can find you on social media. Because I know my audiences, when I go live, they're like, oh, there she is. That's the lady from Texas. I know. But I need for them to be able to connect with you even while I'm talking and be able to follow you on social media and all that good stuff. So go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. Thank you, Julian. Thank you so much for having me at this event. I always love talk about money, wealth building. And, in my feed today, my memories, we did this on the same day last year.
We sure did. I
Yeah,
noticed it.
same day
Yes,
last year.
yes, yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. But everyone out there, I'm Rita Oliver. I am the money strategist, the CEO and founder of Strategies, Options, and Solutions. I am a certified wealth management specialist, a certified master coach, and I'm helping public and private sector professionals to retire with money and make it last. That's what I
Oh, I
help people
love
do.
that. Child, I love it. Give us your website.
My website is ritaoliversos.com, and you can follow me here on Facebook at my personal page or my business page, Strategies, Options, and Solutions, and on Instagram at Money Strategist.
Excellent, excellent. So y'all go find Miss Rita Oliver so you can make your appointments for your private consultation and then get your coaching and all that set up. And she's going to be back with you in just a few minutes. Miss Rita Oliver, the money strategist. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. When we're talking about wealth building, we're really talking about the optimal word. Of course, some people are nervous of the word wealth. And even though that's in my elevator pitch, turning your words into wealth, that is a real place. That is something that is a reality in a lot of people's lives. And wealth, of course, depends on what your perspective is and what your point of view is. And I know Miss Rita Oliver and Ms. Coach Dana Spencer, their money strategists and investing in real estate, are going to be talking about that. But I really want to go back to the basics, back to the very beginning, in that wealth is building, it's currency, it's moving, it is a flow, it is going in and going out, it has the ability for investment, it's flowing like water. I'm born in Louisville, Kentucky, right here on the mighty Ohio River, and sometimes the current is strong, and sometimes things are moving rapidly. There's trees in the water. There are times when the barges are going down 8 at a time and they get joggled loose because the water is strong, the water is powerful. And so that's one of the main reasons why I wanted us to get on today. So you have an opportunity to realize the power that's in your hands. The decisions you make will make your life living your best life. Now, there's no shame in my game. Y'all know that's my show on envision-radio.com about living your best life, providing you tools, trips, tips, and resources and information and people to help you live your best life. But the real key to after you become informed is to actually do it, to actually put forth the things that we're going to be talking about this evening, but you got to execute. You got to do it. You've got to make that decision that you don't like the way your life is looking. This is not what you were born to do. I cannot tell you and could spend my whole time telling you about times where I was like, this is not it. And this is not the life my parents sacrificed for. They educated me to for, that God intended for me to have. Forget the natural life, my spiritual life He said I was the head and not the tail. I was above and not beneath. I was the lender, not the borrower. And it looked like I was borrowing all the time. This is not the life that God died. Jesus died for me to have. So there were some decisions I had to make. There were also some sacrifices I had to make. And wealth building, if you're young, great. You don't have to start late like I did, but you can be building wealth over time. Now, I really, of course, I'm all about building wealth in products and services, but you have to, one of the things that about building wealth and money coming to you, and of course, people can get a whole lot of money, and if they don't know how to manage it, which Miss Rita Oliver is going to talk about, it can still just be currency, flow right out of your hands if you're not able to invest it correctly, think about it correctly. But one of the things, my portion this evening is to really talk about creating products and services. But I want to go even before that, because you can um, mimic, you can be mentored, you can be coached, you can be trained to produce all types of products and services. But if number one, you need passion, a gift, and development, and to purpose. Those are kind of four things. It's not a perfect acronym, but the things for business for me, and I look back at 59, headed toward the big 60, my whole life has been tied in some way, shape, or form for my love of reading that my parents introduced me to as a small child. Literacy has I've been a ravenous reader all of my life. So when people meet me and I say that, and then I have 2 master's degrees in library science. Okay. So I'm a 30-year vet librarian, corporate medical, law, university, Fortune 500 company, all of that. And then 10 years in private high school, and then 12 years in elementary school as a librarian and technology teacher. They're like, it's a given. It's not necessarily a given. The plan was laid out for me. God laid out the plan for me, and he had it all laid out that this was it. But I had no idea the publishing and the writing and all of that would be a bug that would bite me. But it's close to my passion. So it's easier for me to do. It's not without effort. It's not without work. It's not without being tired, but I'm passionate about it. And then I have a natural inclination gifting. It's a gift from God about reading and technology, and it just came seemingly easily for me. But I got my Selectric 2 typewriter when I was a ninth grader at 14. So typing and all that, my dad was like, yes, he fired his part-time secretary, and tag, I was it. So it was also about my passion, something I love, reading. I had a natural gift for it. It just came easily for me. Thank God. God did it. But then number 3, I had to develop it. When I took my typing class, I was the fastest in my class. I didn't play around. When they said we're going to do the homegrown keys, when we're going to learn a new letter, I was learning that new letter. So it's all about development. And then as you continue to develop and establish yourself as an expert, then it leads straight into your purpose. But sometimes you don't necessarily know that's your purpose straight off. You just back here at passion and gift and development and into purpose. And then you're turning into an expert where people are asking you and referring you and telling other people about you. So before you really start thinking about doing products and services, think, what am I passionate about? What do I really love? What do I really enjoy doing? That even if people didn't pay me any money to do it, what would I do? What would be something that I would be involved in? And then, so once you decide that, or once it, like me, the game came to me in 2007, God said, it's time to put that book together. And I've written 70 books. I'm working on 71, 72, and 73. But that first book was poetry. And that's the only book of poetry I've written. I've written other poetry, but not enough for a whole book. So that's the first one. That was just the beginning. That was the ground floor. That's the beginning level. And that, to me, that was a mandate. God told me, yeah, this is what you're going to do. But I didn't start publishing other people until I had kind of, as they say, developed my gift and developed my ability over time. So therefore, it was a part of something passionate. Now, fast forward to 2009. In 2008, I established my company, but I didn't get my first client to 2009. Then there was a need. There was a question. There was a pain point, something that I could ease, and a question I could answer, that a need I could meet. That's how BK Royston Publishing was taken to that next level. So I started out with my own books, with my own foundation. That was my own beginnings. And then over time, I was developing, I was answering other questions, I was meeting other needs. Yay! And they were like, yay! And this is my publisher, Julia Royston. I'm going, no, don't tell them that. No, I just did that for you. And she's had 2 huge book signings, and then the rest is history. So wealth building starts where you start. Making mistakes, nothing's perfect, but you start where you start. Now, the next level, over time, over years, fast forward, I am now, because I've been doing it for so long and still learning, still growing, but I'm considered an expert. I'm now the book lady. Now, almost 15 years later, I'm the book business boss. So I'm wealth building on products and services that, 1, I'm passionate about. 2, I have a natural gift in. 3, I'm willing to develop and invest in getting better at. And then this is a part of my purpose. It's like breathing to me now. It's like I'm considered a 15-year vet expert, but it's something that I enjoy. And every book that's launched, every new book that's birthed, I get excited about it and I get ecstatic about it, because it's something else to put into the marketplace. So then after that, there's execution part. Even if things don't work out, we got to fix things. We've got to, make things correct, and customer service and all that. But we have trust, testimonials, and then growth. So therefore, think about, what am I passionate about? What would I create products and services surrounding what I'm passionate about, what I love? And sometimes you're doing what you love and you're just minding your own business until somebody has that need, question, or pain point. And they're like, oh, I'm going to call such and such a person, and they're going to do that. Now, I told somebody just this past weekend, I said, if you wanted interior design, interior decorating, look at my office, interior design, interior decorating, you're not calling Julia Royston. That's not what you're calling for. If you need help with, I don't know, something in the medical field, you're not calling Julia Royston for that either. A nurse, because that's not my natural gift and inclination and development. What you see in the background is messy, but it's books. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's what I relate to. A bookshelf full of books, I would be nervous to have a publisher that didn't have a bookshelf full of books. That would make me scared. That would make me apprehensive. So wealth building for me has been the discipline of working on my passion, investing in myself, and then building from there, getting better and better and better. So when we're talking about producing products and services, once we determine we're an expert, once we determine why people keep asking me about certain things, well, because they trust you. They do business with people they know, like, and trust. They trust you. They get information from you. They're helped. They're benefited. They don't come back from people who do not perform, who do not execute. If I did business with you and you didn't execute and you didn't do what I wanted, and I would pay you what I owe you, because I believe in that. But I'm not coming back again, and I'm not telling nobody else. I'm not referring you or recommending you to anyone else. So that's a part of that wealth building for products and services, and having a business, and just doing it. If you're doing it for a side hustle, it will snowball. If you fulfill a need that someone has, they'll tell 5 or 10 people, and you won't even, I know who does. They do it all the time. Look at social media. They do it constantly. I need help with, and you'll get all the comments underneath with people's names tagged. They're building their wealth on their expertise, their content, and what they know. So, I got to put a plug on what I would do. Okay. So, one, having powerful content. You have the information, you have the answer to the question, you have the solution to the pain point, you have you're meeting a need. That's great content. If people need what you have, you don't have to worry about that. Have along with that platform building book, a platform building book, the foundation of who you are. We used to say that the book was the introduction to you, but also not only that, it lays down your fundamental and foundational principles of who you are, how you think, your perspective on a specific question, point of view, perspective, business, industry, no matter what that is. We could be all night talking about products and services that every industry it can produce. But number one, a platform building book. And then lastly, you got the content, you got a platform building book. Now you're not going to be completely wealthy. That's a lot of books you'd have to sell to be wealthy. Now, I know people who've done it, sold millions. You know them. You just look at the people who sold the most books out there, and they've sold millions. I can't make any sales promises. Depending on who you are, a celebrity, they do sell millions. But having a platform building book on which you stand on, your principles, your perspective, your methods is where we start. And then finally, and I'm going to shut up, create other opportunities to serve. So whatever that looks like. Because when I was writing public and people kept asking me the same thing over and over again, my friend Vanessa Collins said, you need a book for each one of those areas. I'm like, I'm not getting ready to give away the 11 herbs and spices like we do with KFC, with Colonel Sanders. I'm not getting ready to, but I realized that's the best way for me to answer a lot of those questions. And some people want it in a book, and some people say, I don't want to learn. I just want to be able to work with you, Julia. And that's fine. But I have different avenues for you to get the information that you need. So some people are going to self-publish on their own. And I've got the book and the series for that. And some people are going to say, give me a package. This is what I want to write. I need to be in your class. And then, look, the book is finished. I need you to publish it. Yep. Tell me how much it is, and I'll sign the contract, and we'll get started. So number one, having powerful content. It's related to your passion. It's your natural gifting. You're developing, you're reading articles about it. People are tagging you. And did you see the latest, girl? Did you hear? That's the way we do it in the publishing business. Girl, did you see what that happened? KDP done changed this. Oh my God. Have you seen Lulu.com yet? Have you seen? We do that all the time because we're wanting to continue to develop and grow. And then finally, when other opportunities come, we create other opportunities to serve. Okay. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps get you thinking about wealth building with products and services, because some of you may have to go back to square one. I can give you a long list. And so email me or go to juliaakroyston.com and Gifted for Greatness for the encouragement, the affirmations that you need. But some of you need to go back and say, what am I really passionate about? Am I just doing something because somebody else is doing it? Or am I doing something because this has really got my heartstrings and I love it? Okay. Passion, gift, develop it, and then walk into your purpose. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. I hope that helps you get started on wealth building. If you need help with product creation or producing more products and services, if you need to have a conversation with me, go to talkwithroyston.com. Let's chat about it. If you're still like, I don't know, I'm going to keep listening, but we might need a more in-depth one-on-one consultation. 30 minutes is yours. Let's talk. Talkwithroyston.com is my calendar. So coming up next, yay, is I'm going to turn it over to Miss Rita Oliver. She's going to get down into your business about your money. Now, hold on to your seatbelts, because y'all know she walks strong and comes with the heat. But
it's all heat to help you to
yeah. Because money answereth all things. That's what the Bible says. It answers all. I'm gonna turn you loose. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much. Hey, Good evening, everybody. It's Rita Oliver, the money strategist, as you can see below my name here. So let's just get right into it when we talk about wealth building. And I'm going to talk about wealth building with money. You know, Julia talked about your gifts, your products, developing those products and services. And as you develop that content, the platform, people want to purchase that from you. They're going to pay you for it. So let's talk about money. You know, people look at money as that taboo subject, but as she said, the Bible says all things, you know, work and come with money. Money is our source. It is a great resource. And money is a medium of exchange for us to purchase the goods and services in our lives, to purchase some of what we want and purchase all of what we need. And wealth begins with money. You have to have money to create wealth for the future. That's just the bottom line. So even doing your passion, what Julia talked about, the gifts and products, services with a business, you got to have some money to start it. So let's talk about wealth. Wealth is the abundance of valuable financial assets or physical possessions. That's what it is, all being funded there by money. So building wealth begins with a vision and a financial plan. Building wealth begins with a vision and a financial plan. You've heard it in Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision down and make it plain. So vision is your ability to think and plan the future. And you got to know, have an idea, imagine, or write it down where you want to be and have some wisdom about it. And if you don't have the wisdom, that's when you go get assistance from various people to get that. So with that vision, then next thing is a financial plan. So it's that plan that's been given to the herald, to you to carry it out. See, financial planning is not only for the wealthy in this country, it's for the 100%. And it helps you to determine what are your short term, that is 1 year or less, and your long term, that's 3, 5, 10 years or more financial goals, and create a balanced plan to meet those goals. And what I help my clients do is to get what I call a balanced attack to meet those goals. Because one of the things is that when you're living your life, as we all have lived and I have lived it, we have money coming in, we have money going out, and we use and leverage credit, leverage loans to do different things in our lives, for cars, for mortgages, for education. And then we use that, but it's all in how we pull it all together, because we need it to get us where we need to be to get to that abundance in life. You know, you borrow money to get a mortgage, borrow money for a car, but it's all about how we manage it, and then also putting money away for ourselves, and then also leveraging that debt, but only using it sparingly, not keeping it in our lives forever, because we need what? Money to build wealth. So I'm going to give you the 3 things to build wealth when it comes to money. First and foremost, you got to make some money. Number 1, you got to make some money. So working W-2, that's what I was, W-2 employee. And then the last 6 years of my career, I opened a business, strategies, options, and solutions. And some of you listening to me are full-time entrepreneurs. But either way, working or an entrepreneur, you got to have some money. And so if you're working W-2, what I want to talk to you about is that you need to leverage your career, okay? You need to leverage that career that you're working with. And what I mean is leverage your income and leverage your benefits and leverage the opportunity available to you in your careers. That is in building character, building your personal knowledge, getting personal gain, taking advantage of opportunities to be in leadership, taking initiatives, which will help you to ascend and advance up the career ladder, building your alliances so that you can also earn more money as you're doing it, earning bonuses. So it's all about you being astute and attuned in to how you can leverage, which is to maximize your power, harness your power, harness your income, harness the opportunities to elevate you. Then as you get more income and you're ascending that career ladder, then it's about making that money and understanding how to leverage all of that, because you need to maximize your income to the fullest while you are working. We need to always ensure we got enough money and income to pay for our basic needs. Because if you can't manage the basics, how you going to handle more or the complex when it comes to building wealth? Okay? That's just the truth. So early in our life, early in our career, and all throughout our lives, we need to be accumulating assets. We need to be accumulating assets, which are those physical possessions or financial resources, I said in the definition of wealth, that will take us to the future, that will grow and continue to generate money over time again and again for us to build our future wealth. Second thing, We need to save our money to build wealth. Yes. Savings is deferred consumption, money that you don't spend. That's a simple definition. And it's money that you don't spend and that you put away and you use it when you need it for the purpose that you were saving it for. We save for three things. That's emergencies for the day. That's less than that year. Major purchases, which could be that long term, and definitely for retirement, which is definitely that 15, 20 years down the road. And see, with savings, once you have a reasonable idea of how much money that you can set aside each month, because we have to take care of our basics. But then when we have done all that, we should have some money left over, disposable, to be able to save that money. Or we can save it automatically, having it coming out of our paycheck by setting a specific amount aside. So I'm not saying that you got to be a miser. You got to be just all the way frugal, because I was not a saver at first. I was not. In my journey and in my career, my 36-year career working for the federal government, making good money, I was not a saver. Haul out spender. Yes, because I love shopping, love having nice things. But I realized over time as I got older, I needed money, because if you don't have money saved and something happens, the shoe drops, you got to have access and you got to have liquidity to take care of things that happen in life, because they are coming. They are the what ifs, those occurrences in life. So, but once you save and you've got enough money saved that makes you feel secure. See, different amounts make people feel secure. Then you can splurge and you can do this. See, I am a financial coach that doesn't implore on you that it's got to be this way, got to be this way. I understand everybody's different and everybody thinks about it differently. It's about what works for you based on where you want to go. Back to the vision and the financial planning. That's what I need to know from every person that works with me. And that's how we get you to your goals. What is it that you want? How do you process it? When do you want to get there? How do you want to get there? And are you willing to do the work to get there? Number 3, you got to invest your money. Okay? You make it, you save it, and you got to invest it. And investing is allocating money, resources, with the expectation of earning compound interest. Yeah, compound interest to increase the asset's value to generate income or profit. Back to that definition of wealth: financial resources, physical possessions for future needs. So by investing our money, that's about growing our money, the compound interest. And compound is just that, compound each year on top of what was already earned. We are able to do that with several types of investments. Stocks, we're able to do it with bonds, we're able to do it with mutual funds, we're able to do it with exchange traded funds. So the investing concept for you that are listening to me now and you're a beginner is that you need to kind of do some research about it, because it's about risk and it's about reward. The younger you are, the more risks you can take, and the more risks you can take, the bigger the reward. And depending on who you are, even if you're older, you may be willing to take more risk. But the thing is that we need to make sure in investing that we are diversified, that we have many different things. Of the 3 things that I just talked about: the stocks, the bonds, and the mutual funds, and the exchange traded funds. Because see, when one is up, the other could be down. And then that means that you have that balanced approach and that you're protected. Because when you have investments all together, we call that a portfolio. And with that portfolio, we need to make sure that your investments have what's called a strategic allocation, meaning that you're in various types of classes for stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. So that way we are lessening your risk and we are building those assets for the future, building and accumulating wealth. So you got to start with making money. You got to make some money, okay? That's why I say a career. A job and a career are 2 different things. A job, you put in an application. A career, you send a resume, okay? I was a career auditor. And being a career auditor and working with numbers, working with people, working with information allowed me to transition into my career as a master financial coach. I had to go get some additional training, but I understood the basic of numbers, because numbers is my game, okay? And money is my game. I wanted to make sure in my life that I always had enough money to take care of me and that I would never worry about money anytime in my life. And in the last 15 to 20 years, that is what I have built. That is what I built with assistance from a financial coach that helped me where I needed it. And that's what I'm doing here for people that I'm working with. It's helping you to make it simple because some of it is complex. But if we can break it down and make it simple, then you can understand what you need to do, how you need to do it, and how it's going to benefit you. Because the results that you want to get for your life is to know that you're always financially secure, know that you're always financially stable, knowing that you can always take care of the day no matter what happens, and knowing that your future is solidified. That's what wealth is. Wealth allows you to have assets, have financial resources, and you can take care of your life no matter what. That's what it's all about. And so we have to take the time to do those things, to make the money. When we're making the money, you see, let me just break it down here. We need to take the lead in our lives, okay? We need to take the lead. That L is leverage. I just talked about leverage. Leveraging your income, leveraging your benefits at work, leveraging that 401k, leveraging the deferred compensation plan, leveraging that pension if it's available. Number 2, E, the execute. Julia talked about it too in creating products and services. I'm talking about here with your plan. It's about getting the plan and you got to execute. A is the action. That's doing the task in the plan that need to be done to get you to what? D, the destination of financial freedom, having the wealth in money, being able to access it, being liquid, being able to take care of today and have tomorrow building at the same time. That's what wealth building strategies are about. I can talk about it because that is what I did. Even though I had the debt, I recognized that the debt couldn't get me where I needed to be. I needed to get that out of my life. Think about it today for yourself. The amount of money that you have going to other people. You see, if you're not intentional with your money, you're probably giving it to somebody else who is. But people that are building wealth are very intentional about their money. They have what I said, a vision and a financial plan. And you've got to get that vision and financial plan if you want to have wealth. There's no other way to do it. It's not going to haphazardly happen. It's not going to fall out the sky. You got to put some work in it. Julia talked about it too, the sacrifices. There were sacrifices that I made. You see, when I was in debt and having to pay the debt, no, I didn't have any vacations. No, I couldn't do a lot of shopping. I went to work and I came home. That's what I had to do. And even when I got out of the debt and I learned where to put my money, I still came home. And then I gradually started to enjoy. That was the choices that I made. That's why I said, you got to know who you are and you got to know what you want. 3 questions you need to answer. Where are you going? Where are you going? Number 2, where are you now? And 3, how do you close the gap? You got to answer those questions when it comes to wealth building in your life. If you want to ensure that your today is secure, that when you get up every day, you can face the obligations of the day and tomorrow is building. Now, one of the things Julia asked about, and Julia, you can come back in and tell me if I need to talk about it now, but you talked about our outlook for 2023.
No, yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go right ahead.
outlook for 2023. You see, we got 102 days left here in 2022. And in this time, we're facing inflation, facing rising food prices, been facing it for a while now, housing, clothing, all of that. And the Federal Reserve is set to meet, and they met in August, and they said they were going to raise interest rates this month, November and December. So what does that mean for you? That means interest on credit cards, on loans, on mortgages are going up. You see, when it comes to that debt, to those things like that, you don't control the interest rate. The banks do. But what you do control is how you make your decisions on what you use and how you leverage it. And what I mean by that is this, is don't continue to have that heavy reliance on debt. Because I said you don't control the interest rate. You only issued the bank card. They own it. But we need to take a realistic look at our lives and our money and what is our need and what is our wants, and make sure that when we are working in good times, as I just said, leveraging your income, making the money, saving the money, investing the money, that we are putting up for the harvest. Okay, that when we're in the harvest, that we're taking it and putting it up in the storehouse for the famine. Okay, because see, whether we're in a recession or headed to it, I don't know. But if you've got it put up in the storehouse and you are your own economy, as I have said several times, and your household is stable, you can control your movement, control your wallet, control your purse. Doesn't matter if we headed to a recession or in a recession, because you have the liquidity and access to take care of it if you need to, and you got your assets growing for tomorrow. That is how you build wealth with money.
Woo! Rita Oliver, SOS.com. SOS.com to have your schedule your strategy session and how she's going to help you. Now she's full time now. So it's
Yeah.
totally different than it was before. It was on the weekends or a few
It's,
hours, but she's wide
it's every
open.
day now. It's every day.
Can't you tell?
It's every day. So, Julia, I posted a comment on Facebook. So, one thing I'd like to add to this is that this Thursday night, September 22nd, 7 p.m., I'm having a retirement planning boot camp called Retire with Money and Make It Last. So, that is the link. It is a free webinar. You have to register. You'll get an email to register, and you'll get one from me with your workbook. I'm going live, and we're going to town, and it's intense about what you got to do.
bit.ly/September SEPT Bootcamp 22. SEPT Bootcamp 22. Now you got to be ready because we're headed into fourth quarter, then we're headed into first quarter. Now by fourth quarter, my mind is already rolling into first quarter. I'm gonna be launching some things in fourth quarter, but by fourth quarter, I'm done for 2022, looking to see when I'm gonna do taxes, and then I'm rolling into first quarter. So Go ahead and get that down, find it in. Again, Julia A. Royston Facebook page, but find Miss Rita Oliver on Facebook and register for her class, bit.ly/SEPT Bootcamp 22. Miss Rita Oliver, don't worry, she'll be back. She'll be back in just a few minutes. All right. Well, coming up next, yay! Coach Dana Spencer. There you go. Introduce yourself. Tell us where people can find you. Your email is up, and this is your website, correct? I have the right website up. Good. I'm going to leave that up, and I'm going to get on out your way. Go ahead and tell people who you are, where you're from, and where people can find you on social media as well as your website. And then let's talk about investing in real estate. Ooh, I'm out.
Well, hello there. I'm Dana Spencer. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. And let's talk about investing in real estate. So 5 things I want you to really think about when you are considering investing in real estate. Oh, and she told me to say where you can find me. So I'm on LinkedIn as well as on Facebook at danaspencer.com, LinkedIn or Facebook at Dana Spencer. And then I'm doing a little bit of a transition, upgrading my website. So it'll be available on October the 1st. But in the meantime, just send me an email, coachdanaspencer@gmail.com. So 5 things I want you to think about in terms of getting started investing in real estate. So number 1 is that there's no barrier to entry. Like with real estate, you just need to get the knowledge. And I have one of my favorite mentors was all about get the knowledge. Well, how do you get the knowledge? Well, reading books, of course, listening to applicable podcasts, as well as you got to learn to YouTube University. All of these avenues for knowledge are available to you. So there's no barrier to entry. Back in the day, our ancestors, they couldn't buy land. So I challenge you, it's almost like voting. We couldn't vote either. And now that we can buy land, we can buy houses, there's no barrier to entry. And I know there's some specifics going on or whatever, but I want you to believe that there's no barrier to entry. And then secondly, is to be creative. Like we have to learn to be creative. I believe that there's a folder back there in your mind, and you can unlock that folder. The pun is intended. You can unlock that folder in your mind to help you to be creative. And then it's not about what I can't do. And this takes me into the third point is mindset. You have to have the mindset of not I can't, because there's been so many things that maybe people have told you what you can't do. And so I'm here to tell you, think about how can I? The difference between what the rich teach their kids versus the poor people. The poor people, we're like, I can't do it. I can't invest in real estate. It's too risky. No, change your mindset. How can I learn to be creative? Right now, you might be thinking, Miss Rita was telling us about our money. Maybe you don't have money. So if you don't have any money, then we need to be creative, right? When you get the knowledge, there are people, I know it's going to blow your mind. There are people out there that have money, but they don't want to take the time to get the knowledge to learn how to invest in real estate. When you get the knowledge and you partner with them, now you are being creative because you may have heard the strategies of being able to get into real estate with low and no money down. What that really is that you are getting the knowledge in order to be creative enough to use other people's money to partner and to do all kinds of things so that you can get in with no money. You have knowledge in exchange for money. So partnerships is a great way to get involved. Get the knowledge, and then you can partner up with someone who has the money, and then you can get in the game of real estate. So number one, there's no barrier to entry. Number two, be creative. Thirdly, your mindset. No longer think I can't. When you find yourself saying, I can't do something, I want you to stop and say, how can I do this? And then fourthly, relationships. If you know me for any length of time, you will understand that I am all about relationships. You can say relationships, strategic partners. You begin to build key relationships with loan officers, with contractors, with general contractors, with electricians, with plumbers. And I know a lot of times people will say, I don't want to get into real estate because I don't want to have to unstop toilets. Well, guess what? There are people who love to unstop toilets. You know who they are? They're plumbers. So everything that you don't want to do, everything that you are afraid of, get the answers, the how can I mentality. And real estate, all it is solving problems. Newsflash, it's solving problems. And how much better is it for you to know that in advance? Chances are you're already solving problems on your job. You're solving problems in your home. You're solving problems in the community. You're solving problems in your church. You're already solving problems. So I challenge you, are you solving problems that will produce income? I'm going to say that one more time. Are you solving problems that will produce income? I don't know about you, but those are the types of problems that I want to solve. I want to stop solving them problems that ain't producing me no incomes. I know we still have to solve those problems, but I challenge you to think about solving the problems that are going to produce income. And then finally, your squad. I'm all about your squad. You have to surround yourself with people who are, let's say, where you want to be. So let's say you'd like to have a piece of real estate. Well, are you around people who have real estate? Because here's the thing. When you have this idea of you want to get started investing in real estate, when you say that dream to the wrong person, they're going to discourage you. You have uncles, you have friends, your closest girlfriends. If you tell the wrong person your dream, they're going to discourage you because guess what? They are afraid and they are going to put their fears onto you. So get yourself around people who are doing what you want to do. So if investing in real estate is something that you want to do, which it should be, then surround yourself with other people who are already investing in real estate, because if you share that dream with somebody who's already investing in real estate, guess what they're going to do? They're going to encourage you to get in the game as well. So organizations like Master Builders Academy, I joined that organization 4 years ago, and I promise you, you will be surrounded by people who are doing great things, building businesses. It's a bunch of personal development. And then get involved with organizations that are about real estate so that you can be around real estate investors. There's the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, NAREB. When you build those relationships and you are around other people, then I promise you that it's going to encourage you to live your dreams and to reach that goal of financial freedom. So one real quick story about me being a member of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. So I was on a Zoom call It was a NARAB call, and there was some bankers on the call. There was bankers from around the city. And initially, when I went to get pre-approved to get started with an investment property, they asked me, they told me I needed to bring 30% to the closing table because I didn't want to, at the time, I didn't want to use the equity in my house as my down payment. So they told me I needed to bring 30% to the closing table. And I was like, okay, great. I pulled money out of my 401k and used that as my down payment. So it came time to get to the closing table, and he was like, okay, bring 20% to the, I was like, 20%? I thought you said you wanted me to bring 30% to the closing table. And the banker said, weren't you on that NARAB call? I said, oh, yes, I was. Being a member of NARAB saved me $10,000. So you want relationships that will help save you money, because when banks know that you are a part of organizations, it shows them that you are serious. When you have a coach, it shows them that you are serious, because we have relationships with the banks, and they know when you work with us and you're working with a coach or you're working with a seasoned investor, then banks look at that and they realize that you are serious. So there's no barrier to entry. Once you get the knowledge, anybody can get in. And then also we have to learn to be creative. And then mindset. We're no longer, I want you to remove can't from your vocabulary. And then relationships. Build those relationships with the key people that you are going to need on this journey. Anybody associated with the house, you need to start building those relationships with them now. Plumbers will be your best friend. You can join the National Association of Plumbers if that's an organization, but make sure whoever you're fearful about, if you're fearful about the electrical work, get you some electrician friends. So you see where I'm going with this? When you build a relationship with the right people, that is going to minimize your fear, because all real estate is solving problems. Surround yourself with people that are going to be able to help you to solve your problems. I'll give you another example. If you want to start investing in real estate and you still have your W-2 job, then you'll want to hire a general contractor, because guess what? That general contractor is going to help you solve the problems while you're doing your job. You pay them, they'll do their job, and then they will help you tremendously in solving those problems. And then finally, your squad. The people that you consistently are around are further along in the process than you are. They're going to encourage you. They're going to motivate you to get started and to achieve your goals of investing in real estate. And the last thing that I will say to you is, if now while you're working a job, we realize multiple streams of income are no longer an option. Like, you have to have. COVID taught us that we cannot put all of our eggs in one basket. So I think we need to continue that same mindset. If we have to have multiple streams of income now, why wouldn't we have multiple streams of income when we retire? That might look like investing in stocks. That might look like getting you some real estate. You want to have multiple streams of income. That might be starting a business now, whatever that looks like. But don't just have one stream of income when you retire. Go ahead and plan for multiple streams of income now, so that when you retire, you will have multiple streams. Because if something happens with your 401k and it goes belly up, and that's your only way to retire, then you're going to have to go back into the workforce. You're going to have to do something that you don't want to do. So go ahead and plan now to have those multiple streams of income that are going to continue throughout your retirement. So that's what I got for you today. I'm Coach Dana Spencer. Let's grow.
Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's grow. Now you see why I had these ladies on. Now you see why they on with me tonight. First off, they got energy on overload. All right. So, they match my energy. So I got energy matching my energy. And so you reach out to Coach Dana Spencer at gmail.com so that you can begin. If you're interested in investing in real estate, please do so and reach out. I know about we went to we're part of a area of the country, and I told my husband, I said, I want to see, where your family is from and all that. So we were, he goes, oh, it's a little small town. It's way down the whatever. And then when we got off the highway, it was in North Carolina, and we were going in the country, over the river and through the woods. As soon as we got off the highway and we were on like a state road, I started looking to the left and I started looking into the right. And he said, oh, there's nothing. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what those things are called. But when I see men looking at them little triangle things looking like this, I may not know what the technical terms. I'm not an engineer at all. That's not my field. That's not what I do. But when I saw that, and then I saw trucks, and I started seeing trucks, and they was loading up lumber, and they was clearing trees, and I said, baby, something getting ready to happen. He said, I don't see nothing. I said, no, you're not looking. You're looking at the same thing I'm looking at, but you're not seeing what I'm seeing. I said, something's getting ready to happen. Why would we need to clear the trees? Why we need to widen the road? Why do those men need to be doing surveying or whatever they doing in there if something's not getting ready to pop off and something getting ready to happen? So it's those kinds of things that you're thinking about a long time the road. Like we're just thinking about what we're going to eat tomorrow, what we're going to eat next week, what we're going to do next month, and who's cooking the turkey for Thanksgiving? That's what we're thinking. But in the next level in wealth building, they're thinking about what's going to happen 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. So therefore, you really need to be thinking. And I know we're talking about the end of third quarter just for fourth quarter. What are we going to do to the end of the year? And then what happens? I'm already into 2023, but what's going to happen with first quarter with your business? Or if you say, I don't want a business, but your side hustle in your life. Now, some of you people that are listening to me tonight, y'all know y'all getting ready for your holiday services. You may not be in business 365 days of the year, but you're gearing up for the holidays. You're gearing up to either make them jam cakes, to get rolls, you make whole meals. So you get ready to make money, as Ms. Rita Oliver talked about. You're getting ready to produce things that are going to generate you income, even if it's just temporarily over the holidays. You make cookies, you make peanut brittle. I mean, there was a lady who she made peanut butter at my church. It was really good. And she just bags and bags of it because it was good. People enjoyed it. So it met a need. We might not have needed it. We wanted it. But anyway, it met a need. It answered a question. Oh, I like that peanut butter. Do you have any for sale? Oh, yes, I do. How you want your bag? You want a $5 bag, $10 bag, $20 bag? You want 2? You want 4? You want 5? So therefore, producing those products and services, you're not always thinking about investing in real estate or even money management with stocks and bonds, because we need that too. But we no longer have the luxury of just putting money up in a coffee can. It's got to work for us. We've already talked about currency. It needs to flow in and out. So one of the two or three things when I'm thinking about products and services for fourth quarter and moving on 2023. And Dana, I want you to think about something for moving forward in 2023. So number one, maximizing social media. During this time, maximizing your social media, not just the gossip going on. And yeah, we want to see the latest movie and he says, she said, and laughing at something. But I utilize and I maximize social media for my business and for whether it's just one you do for the holidays, but maximize your social media. And number two, have images and video of your products and services, things that are put a big light on it and have it in a beautiful setting. And then you can sell that. And then number three, be sure and have an easy way for people to contact you. So my JuliaAKRoyston.com, people can get all of my online stores. If you want to buy children's books for the holidays, or whatever you want, reach out to me if you want to publish and have your book by Black History Month. You can do that too. So number one, maximize social media. Number two, images and video, talking about your product and service, whatever that is. I see the cake. My friend Dee Morris, she's got beautiful cakes. You best believe when she posts that, that lemon pound cake, I just be like, okay, when can you ship one? I mean, I just want to say, did y'all see this? So maximize images and video. Number three, contact information. How can we get this information to what we want to order and get it? And then finally, payment system. having a way for multiple ways for people to pay you for your products and services. Cash is great. We love it, but you need credit card. You may need Cash App. You may need Venmo. You may need Zelle. You may need just a link for people to put in their credit card information and go for it. All right. So think about moving forward because we know that during COVID, some people whose businesses did not pay. There were some companies that just paid their employees all the way through. They were working from home. They got a regular check. Yay, hallelujah, we thank you. But then there were some companies and some businesses, especially the brick and mortars, who did not. So they needed other ways. And I believe with all my heart that some people who started businesses in COVID did not go back to their businesses. And I know one group of people who did not and who built more businesses than anyone, and they were African American women. So producing products and services, even if you start in the holiday and you sell out, yay, wonderful. Now you got that money in your hand. Now you need to meet with Ms. Rita Oliver, and then you need to be able to say, okay, how do I invest this? So even after I go to work back in January, how can that be making money for me while I sleep? And then I saw this piece of property. It's in foreclosure. Coach Dana Spencer, how can I get that property? How can I make that work for me? Especially in areas that it may be a dollar house. I know plenty of people who bought dollar houses and refurbished them and met with contractors. I don't know all the technical details of that. That's the reason why Coach Dana Spencer is here. But having a land that's yours, having a house, something that you own, something that is yours. I know eminent domain, well, they can take it from you, the government, well, whatever. I got a deed. I got it in a folder. I got it in a frame. It's sitting on the mantle. I'm happy about it because if I did the sacrifice. And see, me and Rita Oliver, that's the reason why we've never shopped together. And we've traveled together, but we've never shopped together because I have that same spirit. You know how they say you can have people you shop with and people you just go to the movies with and people you eat with? Well, me and Rita Oliver, we've never shopped together because I think that would be a dangerous combination. So I have that same shopping thing, but I as I've gotten older, I realized, do I need another dress? Do I need another? What do I really need? Like what do I really got to have? And then I realized, I want to invest so I can have money working for me. So at this juncture, I'm going to unmute Dana. So thinking about what is something really, we know we need to get informed. We know we need knowledge, but is there something that happens in fourth quarter or first of the year that someone who wants to invest in real estate really happens? Or is real estate just something that can happen 365 days of the year? Is that an industry that you need to jump in now, or can you wait, or what does that look like? Or should they just get the information and then be able to make the financial decision and go forward?
Yes, that's a great question. So my answer would be to jump in now. But here's the thing. I have a 7-step process for you to know whether a deal is a good deal or not. Okay. And so regardless of the timing, you have to let the numbers dictate whether or not it's time for you to buy. Because regardless of what the interest rates are, regardless of whatever is happening, let the numbers tell you, is this a good deal? You should decide ahead of time what your strategy is. So let's say, for example, your strategy is you want the property to cash flow $300 to $500. And when I say cash flow, I mean, how much will be left over after all of the expenses are paid? That's your cash flow. So if you say, if it cash flows, if I have $300 to $500 left over, then I want to buy this property. So when you have that strategy, it doesn't matter what time of year it is, because the numbers will tell you whether this is a go or not. That way, it doesn't matter what's going on in the market. What matters is, what's my goal for the property? Will this property meet that goal? If it does, if it checks all of your boxes, then it's a go. But if it doesn't, then it's no. So don't let the market dictate. Let your strategy and the purpose that you have for the property dictate when you get in.
Okay. Do you have that survey, that checklist? Email you at coachdana.spencer@gmail.com to ask about that strategy. And then as well, Tuesday, Thursday night, get on that free webinar with Coach Rita Oliver, and make sure that you're on SEPT Bootcamp 22, not September all the way out, just SEPT Bootcamp 22, bit.ly. Jump in, get the link, and get the information we need. I mean, I realized that even during COVID, that a lot of people went into deep depression and they had a lot of mental and emotional issues, which was rightfully so. But in the midst of that, sometimes you have to realize this is not going to last forever. I mean, the virus will be around for a long time, but this season right here is not going to be a long forever. So what are we going to do next? What are we going to do within the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next year? I mean, you know, are you going to decide that, okay, we're not buying Christmas gifts for the 25th. On the 26th, we take in the money that we've saved, and we're going to do the after Christmas sales when everything is 60 to 75% off, and then we'll get more. We may have one small thing under the tree or something in the stocking on the mantle, but as far as our big Christmas, we're gonna be able to get more for our money. Now the little ones will have a little problems. Even the teenagers is gonna have a difficulty. But if you're in your 20s and 30s and you're in your 50s like I am, I'm all about the after Christmas sale. I'm all about that. That's me. That's my avenue. But I'm saying, have something, have a strategy. I'm with Coach Dana. Having a strategy of what is our goal? What are we wanting to do? When I left teaching, I had a strategy. I had a goal to be able to travel the country. If you follow me on social media, Julia Royston is everywhere she wants to be. And Mr. Royston is right along with me. That was our goal. That's why we paid off where we live. That's the reason why we paid off our cars, and they look good, but they 13 years old, boo. That's 2009. Thank the Lord, good cars. But they 13 years old. I had a man, he rode up on me in attitude. That's an awful nice car you got. I said, sir, it's a 2009. Oh, it looks good. I said, yeah, because I wanted it to last a long time. That was my goal, not to be paying high price for a car. I wanted that car to take me from point A to point B to the next event, to get in front of new people, to sell my books, to possibly publish somebody new. So it's like, it's a strategy. It's something that you decide. It's a decision. It's a mindset. It's the point and the purpose that you have. So I hope that what we've said this evening will, just really help you on your journey and help you on your way. The option of, real estate may be 6 months to a year down the road. You need to get the checklist in your hand, but you first need to have a strategy session with Ms. Rita Oliver, and let's look at the numbers. Let's see what they actually say, and then we can plan. Yeah, we want real estate. Yeah, we need to have a business. Yep, I'm ready for my book, but my money not right. And I've had a lot of things in my life that I said, oh, my money, that's a little too steep for my money right now, and I have to wait, and I plan, and then I save for it, and I work for it, and I put aside for it, and I sacrifice it, and I just go wash that dress and hang it up and say, well, that still looks good. Let me give me some $20 jewelry, go on top of it. It looked like a whole new thing. It looked like a whole new outfit. You don't even know that's that same little black dress I've been having for 5 or 10 years, because I got something in my mind. I got a goal in my mind. And the last thing, wealth is building. It's about building. It's like building a house, or building a life, or building a marriage, or building a ministry, building an organization, building a nonprofit. Where it started at day one is not where it's going to look like in 6 months to a year. Hopefully you'll, and I always tell people, and Brian is like, why you take pictures of everything? I said, because I want to see where I started, what my hair looked like, what my outfit looked like, what the amount of books looked like, how many books I had, where I started, so that when I continue to grow and move forward, I can always look back and say, I can look back and say that just talking to Rita Oliver, I guess that was about 3 or 4 years ago when we first met. Now maybe rolling into 5 years by now. As they say, time keeps moving. But she said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I want to retire. I'm setting aside this amount of money. I'm not shopping. We didn't shop the whole time we was in the Northwest
No.
out there with Felita Pool. We didn't do no shopping because we were on a mission. We were there for ministry. We were there for business. We were there to make a connection really now, but we had goals. We talked for riding up from Seattle to Tacoma and all the way back on goals and dreams and visions. And I wasn't retired then yet either. And just on and on and on. But you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to put your feet where your mouth is. You can't just talk a good game, and you got to start it and you got to finish it. Okay. Anything
Correct, Julia.
Before you go?
Well, just to sum what you said, it comes down to what I said. Dana said it too, with a strategy. You got to have a vision and you got to have a plan for whatever you want to do. And it comes to this, Julia, if I could end it this way. Proverbs 14:23. In all labor, there's profit. In idle chatter, there's poverty. We got to go to work. You just can't talk about it. You got to go to work to do it. And it can happen. And
How many days we got left to the end? How many days we got left? 100 and what?
102.
102. Okay, so what can you do every day for you got 102 days left in 2022? Oh, that's amazing. We're at September 22 is going to be your webinar. It's 2022. We've got 102 days today. What you going? There's a lot that can get done. That you can get done.
Oh, so much you can get done. I remember when I was writing Disclose. I started it in October and was through by December.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about, Dana said, it's a mindset.
Yeah.
It's about
focus. Oh, I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it done. I've done it and seen it done, but it's the matter of it's a decision you make. We provide the information, we provide the opportunity, we provide the contacts for you. You know how to reach Ms. Rita Oliver. You know how to reach Coach Dana Spencer at Gmail. You know how to reach me. If you have questions, our consultations are strictly confidential. Nobody's going to know. We're not shouting into the rooftop to nobody until the contract signed and the book is released. Yay, here we go. But until then, no, we're not doing that. We want to make sure that it's done and done well. So I trust that you all have been blessed, and the replay, those of you who are going to be on the replay, be sure and do that. Share this, tag somebody in the comments. Be sure and find these ladies on social media, especially on Facebook, and let's get some things accomplished. Let's get some things done. They've given you a wealth of information today to help you be wealthy, to build wealth in your life. It's a decision. It's left up to you. We're here to help you get it done. But wealth building is the children's bread. He gives us power to get wealth. It's in the book. Money answereth all things. It does. It's got to answer. If it's a thing, money can answer it. So therefore, we've got to get money. And he gives us power to get wealth. He gives us wisdom and knowledge. He gives us understanding, and you're a man's gift. Not if he has a gift. I thought about maybe he might get a gift. The Bible said a man's gift maketh room for him and bring him before great men. Let me get off here before we start church. But anyway, good. Wealth building. It's not, I know they always say, child, I don't want no money because, that's the root of all evil. No, the love of it. And the love of it means you're putting money before God. That's what he's worried about. If you put him in his right place, he said, I'm good. I'm good. I have no problem. Because he said all the silver and gold was his. A cattle on 1,000 his is his. Gold streets. I can't wait to get there. Everything is beautiful and shiny and new. And let's go there. We're going to make it happen. And we're going to get some of that right here down on earth. You all be blessed. Thank you so much. Coach Dana Spencer, Coach Rita Oliver. You all be blessed in all that you do. May your businesses prosper and grow, and reach out to them, follow them, and let's build wealth. Have a great day.
Bye now.